Shalom family. Before I begin this video, I need to say all praises to the not the Most High, but the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now there's a very logical explanation to why I worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and I do not refer to him as the Most High. I'm clicking off this video. Hey, just listen and learn. You're gonna really get a good understanding of it. Just listen and learn. Teach y'all some really cool stuff, alright? My collar was messed up. Look, this is what y'all gotta understand. We've been taught to read the scriptures a certain way, and that way has been wrong. First and foremost, all praises to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And I want to give a special shout out to Prophets of Awakening YouTube channel. And there's a brother on the channel called, his name is Kevin. He gave me this beautiful information, and I would like to share it with you guys. And shout out to Prophets of Awakening, shout out to Kevin. This stuff is gonna blow your mind. I hope you guys are in an area where y'all can lay down, because it might even give y'all a headache. It might make your stomach hurt. It's gonna blow your mind. I don't know if you guys are prepared for this kind of knowledge though. This video is gonna get probably the most backlash, more than any other video I've ever uploaded in my 3 years on this channel. It's gonna get the most backlash, and I'm okay with that, because I know that it's 100% truth. All I'm gonna do is read the scriptures. I'm not gonna interpret anything. I'm gonna read the scriptures. I'm gonna show the scriptures on the screen. You guys gonna read with me, and we're gonna figure out why I personally do not call the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob the Most High. All right, peace, fam. These heathen translators who got their hands on our book replaced all the titles of our God and of the Most High with simply Lord and God, and they did this to confuse us and to take away the true meaning of our scriptures. The book of Genesis, chapter 18. And the Lord appeared to him in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day. And he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door, and bowed himself toward the ground. Chapter 28. And Jacob went out from Beersheba, and went to Haran. And he lighted upon a certain place, and tarried there all night, because the sun was set. And he took the stones of that place, and put them for pillows, and lay down in a place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of God ascending and descending on it. And behold, the Lord stood above it, and said, I am the Lord God of Abraham thy father, and the God of Isaac. The land whereon thou liest, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and thou shalt spread abroad to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And in thee, and in thy seed, shall all the families of the earth be blessed. And behold, I am with thee, and will keep thee in all the places whither thou goest, and will bring thee again into this land, for I will not leave thee until I done that which I have spoken to thee of. And Jacob awaked out of his sleep, and he said, Surely the Lord is in this place, and I knew it not. And he was afraid and said, How dreadful is this place! this is none other but the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. And Jacob rose up early in the morning, and put the stone that he had for his pillows, and set it up for a pillar, and he poured oil upon the top of it. And he called the name of that place Bethel. But the name of that city was called Luz at the first. This chapter is simple. The Lord, the same entity that appeared to Abraham and Isaac, spoke to Jacob in a dream in Luz, which he later called Bethel. Chapter 31, verse 11. And the angel of God spake unto me in a dream, saying, Jacob. And I said, Here am I. And he said, Lift up now thine eyes, and see, all the rams which leap upon the cattle are ring-striped, speckled, and gristled. For I have seen all that Laban doeth unto thee. I am the God of Bethel, where thou anointest the pillar, and where thou vowest a vow unto me. Now arise, get thee from this land, and return unto the land of thy kindred. So what do we have here? Jacob tells his wives about another dream he has. This time an angel spoke to him in a dream, but the angel says that it is the God of Bethel. Why would this angel be the God of Bethel when the God that appeared to him at Bethel was called the Lord, or Yahh? Was Yahh this angel? Let's hear this again. Chapter 31, verse 11. And the angel of God spake unto me in a dream, saying, Jacob. And I said, Here am I. And he said, Lift up now thine eyes, and see, all the rams which leap upon the cattle are ring-striped, speckled, and gristled. For I have seen all that Laban doeth unto thee. I am the God of Bethel, where thou anointest the pillar, and where thou vowest a vow unto me. Now arise, get thee from this land, and return unto the land of thy kindred. Chapter 48. And it came to pass after these things, that one told Joseph, Behold, my father is sick. And he took with him his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. And one told Jacob, and he said, Behold, thy son Joseph cometh unto thee. And Israel strengthened himself, and sat upon the bed. And Jacob said unto Joseph, God Almighty appeared unto me at Luz in the land of Canaan, and blessed me, and said unto me, Behold, I will make thee fruitful, and multiply thee, and I will make thee a multitude of people, and will give this land to thy seed after thee for an everlasting possession. So in this chapter, Jacob tells Joseph, Ephraim, and Manasseh that God Almighty spoke to him in Luz. This is the same God of Bethel who was also called an angel of the Lord. The book of Exodus, chapter 3 and verse 2. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. And Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush is not burnt. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here am I. Verse 6. Moreover he said, I am the God of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon God. This is Moses' first time on the Holy Mount. So basically an angel of the Lord appeared to Moses out of the burning bush. If it appeared, that must have meant that Moses actually saw this angel. But in verse 6, this same angel identifies himself as the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In verse 4, This angel is called the Lord. The book of Exodus, chapter 19. And the Lord said unto Moses, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto the Lord. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and be ready against the third day. For the third day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, Take heed to yourselves, that ye go not up unto the mount, or touch the border of it. Whosoever toucheth the mount shall surely be put to death. There shall not an hand touch it, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through. Whether it be beast or man, it shall not live. When the trumpet soundeth long, they shall come up to the mount.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 18. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings, and the noise of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear, but let not God speak with us, lest we die. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God is come to prove you, that his fear may be before your eyes, that ye sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where God was. And the Lord said unto Moses, Thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, Ye have seen that I have talked to you from heaven.
Exodus 19 is Moses' second time on the Holy Mount. This time, he is not talking to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This entity is speaking to him from heaven and would not show his face. The children of Israel were also very afraid of whatever spoke to Moses. They were not used to such power. They were not accustomed to such enormous energy which could shake the earth and create such powerful sounds and voices. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob never needed to speak to anyone from the heavens because he simply appeared to them. The entity speaking to Moses on the top of this Sinai is the Most High, Ha Elyon, the creator of the spiritual realm. This is the first time the Most High came to man in our scriptures. Before this, only Yah dealt with man. The Most High is the one that gave the 10 commandments and all the commandments from Exodus 20 all the way to Exodus 23. In the 10 commandments, the Most High basically teaches man how to worship Yah and Yah only. The Most High does not teach us to worship himself. The first command, have no other gods before me, is actually not what the Hebrew text says. The Most High actually said, before my face you shall have no other gods. Meaning, on my watch, you shall not have any other gods. In the 10 commandments, instead of Ha Elyon saying, keep my Sabbath, he says simply, keep the Sabbath. Instead of saying, I created heaven and earth in 6 days, he says, the Lord created heaven and earth in 6 days. Instead of him saying, don't take my name in vain, he says simply, don't take the Lord's name and his name. These are just some examples of how Ha Elyon is simply trying to teach Israel how to worship Hayah. Hayah was not speaking in third person.
The book of Exodus chapter 23 verse 20. Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way, and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him, and obey his voice, provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice, and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversaries. For mine angel shall go before thee, and bring thee into the Amorites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Canaanites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, and I will cut them off. Thou shalt not bow down to their gods, nor serve them, nor do after their works, but thou shalt utterly overthrow them, and quite break down their images. And ye shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and I will take the sickness from the midst of thee. And ye shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and I will take the sickness from the midst of thee. And ye shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and I will take the sickness from the midst of thee.
The Most High is still talking. He is telling Moses that he is sending an angel to lead the Israelites into the land. He tells us that we must obey this angel.
The book of Exodus chapter 24, verse 9. Then went up Moses and Aaron and Nadab and Abihu and the 70 elders of Israel. And they saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet as the paved work of sapphire stone, and as it were the body of the heavens in his clearness. And they saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet as the paved work of sapphire stone, and as it were the body of the heavens in his clearness.
The chapter of Exodus 24 opens up with Yahh Elyon telling Moses to come up to the Lord, and this Lord is Yah, so him and the elders may worship Yah. If Yah was the Most High, he would have just said, "Come up to me." Verse 9 and 10 states that when they came to Yah, they saw him and even described what he looked like. This is the angel the Most High said he would send in the previous chapter.
The book of Exodus chapter 33 verse 2. And I will send an angel before thee, and he will drive out the Canaanite, the Amorite, and the Hittite, and the Perizzite, and the Hivite, and the Jebusite, unto a land flowing with milk and honey. For I will not go up in the midst of thee, for thou art a stiff-necked people, lest I consume thee in the way. And when the people heard these evil tidings, they mourned, and no man did put on his ornaments. For the Lord had said unto Moses, Say unto the children of Israel, Ye are a stiff-necked people. I will come up in the midst of thee for a moment, and consume thee. Therefore now put off thine ornaments from thee, that I may know what to do unto thee. Verse 20. And he said, Thou cannot see my face, for there shall no man see me and live.
Exodus 33 is basically a reiteration of Exodus 23. This time, the Most High tells us why he is sending an angel. He said he has to send the angel because if he goes before us, he would have killed us. The Most High did not want to deal with stubborn Israelites. The Most High is not merciful like Yah, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is. The Most High then said no man could see his face and live. This book of Exodus is special because it is one of the only places where the Most High actually speaks. Even in the Garden of Eden, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is with Adam and Eve, because the scriptures say that God walked with Adam and Eve in the cool of the day, and Adam and Eve saw God and even hid from him. This was not the Most High.
Exodus chapter 34 and verse 9. And he said, If now I have found grace in thy sight, O Lord, let my Lord, I pray thee, go amongst us, for it is a stiff-necked people. and pardon our iniquity and our sin, and take us for thine inheritance. Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 12. That thou shouldest enter into the covenant with the Lord thy God, and into his oath which the Lord thy God maketh with thee this day, that he may establish thee to this day for a people unto himself, and that he may be unto thee a God, as he hath said unto thee, and as he hath sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob.
We made a covenant with the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This God is an angel. This has already been proven, but will continue to be proven furthermore in this video.
Deuteronomy chapter 32. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set bounds on the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For Yah's portion is his people, Jacob is a lot of his inheritance.
Deuteronomy 32 is essential. The Most High, or Ha Elyon, divided the nations and gave Israel to Yah as his inheritance. If someone inherits something, that means they got it from someone else. You cannot inherit something from yourself.
The book of Judges, chapter 2. And an angel of the Lord came up from Gilgal to Bochim and said, I made you to go up out of Egypt, and have brought you unto the land which I swear unto thy fathers. And I said, I will never break my covenant with you. And ye shall make no league with the inhabitants of this land. You shall throw down their altars. But ye have not obeyed my voice. Why have you done this? Wherefore I said, I will not drive them out from before you, but they shall be as thorns in your sides, and their gods shall be a snare unto you. And it came to pass, when the angel of the Lord spake these words unto the children of Israel, that the people lifted up their voice and wept.
So the angel appeared again, telling the children of Israel that they broke the covenant that they made with him. So let me get this straight. So we made a covenant with an angel?
Now, a lot of people's rebuttal to this angel being called the Lord, or the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and just saying that they are the ones making covenants with our fathers, a lot of people's rebuttal to that is simply it's not really Yah. It's just Yah sending his angel, and the angel saying the exact same thing Yah would say. But let me tell you something. That doesn't make sense. If an angel came to people and said that they are Yah, but the angel is not really Yah, an angel is just a regular everyday angel, and the people started bowing down and worshiping, those people would be committing idolatry. So that means the angel would be leading people astray and leading people to worship him. That will cause confusion, sin, and wickedness. Y'all will not do something that will cause sin, especially idolatry. So y'all will come in his own form instead of coming in the form of another angel, which will lead people into sin. This is the question that popped up in my head when I was finding out this information. How could our God be an angel if he said in various scriptures that he is alone and that there is no one besides him? Let's see those scriptures. Isaiah chapter 44, verse 6. Thus saith the Lord, King of Israel, and his Redeemer, the Lord of hosts. I am the first, I am the last, and besides me there is no God. Verse 24. Thus saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee in the womb. I am the Lord that makes all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
All of these scriptures are from Yahh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And all of these scriptures are true. Yahh did create the heaven and earth alone. He did create light and darkness. He does create evil and peace. Then another question arises. What exactly did the Most High do again? The Most High simply created the angels, the spirits, the cherubim, and the seraphim, as well as the spiritual realm in general. See, everything else, the physical realm, was created by Yahh, not the Most High. So figuratively speaking, of course, Yahh could be called the Most High of the earth, but he never calls himself this though. The heathen translators of our books purposely translated the scriptures in a way that we would not understand the true meaning of or the difference between the Most High and Yahh. In the book of Psalms chapter 83, it states that the other nations conspired against the hidden ones to separate Israel from their God. If we have a proper understanding of the creation story, we would know that it's actually a dialogue between the two entities. God says, "Let there be blank," then God creates blank. Surely God is not just talking to himself. In Genesis 1, we see that light is made on the first day. Then we see that the sun, moon, and stars are made on the fourth day. This contradiction is simply caused by a broken translation. The word for light in Hebrew is or. But what is ironic is another Hebrew word for angel or watcher is or ear in Hebrew. This is Strong's H5894 and can easily be confused as or, which means light. Considering how little sense it makes for light to be created twice, let's just say the first light or is the spirit world and the angelic host. This is what the Most High created. The Most High commanded Yahh to create the physical world. Let's read the heathen translation of Genesis 1. Then let's read it with Yahh and Elion plugged in and see how much more sense it makes.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, and it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. Verse 14. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. In the beginning, Elohim created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the spirit of Elyon moved upon the face of the waters. And Elyon said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And Elyon saw the light, that it was good. Yahh divided the light from the darkness. And Elyon called the light day, and darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And Elyon said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And Yahh made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And Elyon called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And Elyon said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and for years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And Yahh made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And Elyon said, "Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and the fowl that fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven." And Yahh created the great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And Elyon saw that it was good. And Elyon said, "Let the earth bring forth living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and the beast of the earth after his kind." And it was so. And Yahh made the beast of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And Elyon saw that it was good. And Elyon said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So Yahh created man in his own image. In the image of Yahh created he him. Male and female created he them. Just in case someone asks us, you just said light created on the first day is a mistranslation, and it should say the spiritual realm or the angelic realm. Then why did it say he separated the light from the darkness, called light day and darkness night? You have to understand, this was before the sun, moon, and stars were created. So there was no earthly day, there was no earthly night. We have to actually understand what this is talking about. When it said he separated the light from the darkness the first time, before any of the luminaries are even created, you have to understand that there's two realms. There's a spiritual realm and there's a physical realm. The physical realm is everything we can see and observe. Spiritual realm is everything that we cannot see and observe. So the things that we see in this case would be day, and the things that we don't see in this case would be night. The things that we see in this case would be
the light, and the things that we don't see in this case would be the darkness. He separated the light from the darkness when he separated the physical world from the spiritual world. Now, it wasn't until the fourth day that he actually made an earthly day and night, the day and night that we are familiar with. That's why he had to separate the light from the darkness twice. The first time is not what you guys think.
For on the first day he created the heavens, which are above, and the earth, and the waters, and all the spirits which serve before him, the angels of the presence, and the angels of sanctification, and the angels of the spirit of fire, and the angels of the spirit of winds, and the angels of the spirit of clouds, and of darkness, and of snow, and of hail, and of hoarfrost, and the angels of the voices, and of the thunders, and of the lightning, and the angels of the spirit of cold and heat, and of winter, and of spring, and of autumn, and of summer, and all the spirits and his creatures which are in heaven and on earth he created, the abyss, and the darkness, the eventide and night, and the light, the dawn and the day he hath prepared in his knowledge of his heart.
In Jubilees chapter 2, we clearly see that the spiritual realm was created on the first day by the Most High.
Jubilees chapter 1, verse 27. And he said to the angel of the presence, Write for Moses from the beginning of creation to my sanctuary has been built among them for all eternity, and the Lord will appear to the eyes.
In Jubilees chapter 1, we see the Most High telling the angel to write the Torah for Moses. We see Yah himself doing this in Exodus 24 and 12.
Verse 20. And he said, Thou cannot see my face, for there shall no man see me and live.
The Lord says no man can see his face and live. This Lord is the Most High, because the Most High's glory is too powerful, too great to be beheld by physical people.
The book of Exodus chapter 24, verse 9. Then went up Moses and Aaron and Nadab and Abihu and the 70 elders of Israel. And they saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet as the paved work of sapphire stone, and as it were the body of the heavens in his clearness.
This God of Israel is Yahh.
The book of Exodus chapter 33 and verse 11. And the Lord spake unto Moses face to face, as a man speaketh unto his friend. And he turned again into the camp. But his servant Joshua, the son of Nun, as a young man, departed not out of the tabernacle.
And Exodus 33 says Moses talked to the Lord face to face. Obviously, this Lord is different from whatever said, no one can see my face and live. Because Moses talked to this Lord face to face. This Lord is Yahh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The angel that came to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and spoke to them face to face. And the Most High commanded that we worship Yahh. With that, I would like to say Shalom wa barakah mispakah.